want me to press it?
I did.
You say you did?
And we're back, and we're back, and we're back. Welcome back to the Jaguar Wright Effect, the Jaguar Wright Show. It is Tuesday Tea with me and my favorite co-host, our producer, Wolfgang Amadeus in the building. And yeah, it's
Yeah,
another Tuesday.
I'm glad I'm your favorite. Look at these comments. I'm not
What?
everybody's favorite. I don't care. I'm just
You
messing
don't
with
need to be everybody's favorite. Listen to me. We don't need to spread you around. There's enough spreading going on in these streets.
you.
What's going on, CC baby? Welcome. Welcome to Jag Nation. We have our family. What's going on? Carla T in the building. Hey, Britt. Welcome. Listen to me. There are some interesting things. There are some interesting things. As the country turned 250 years old, certain things just went off the guardrails, didn't it? It's just, it never seems to fail. Like there's just, and we have a couple of things we're going to discuss. I'm going to tell you what I don't like right now that's going on, and it's going on heavy. Welcome in. Welcome in, Diana. Baby girl Tay, welcome in, welcome in. I see y'all in these, y'all talking. Y'all getting it.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, oh yeah, it's a lot to talk about. I mean, number one, 4th of July was just, for me, it was good. For me, it was good. It was quiet. It was nice. Few people around. Good. It wasn't too much. Everybody else went crazy though. It looks like.
Yeah.
Um, what's going on, Mirna? I see you, honey. Oh, but so where do we begin? Hey, Coley, how you doing? I mean, we're saying our hellos.
Where do
Welcome,
you want to
Faye.
begin?
I don't know. It's just there's a lot. Why don't we start with the easier stuff and then kick it all the way up. I do want to
Okay.
say salute though to one of our neighbors here on YouTube. Salute to Dewan B and the B1s. They've been having some really interesting conversations over there. And recently I had stopped by uh, to just pop in and engage him on the idea of us having a conversation. You know, all of us getting together and just having like a joint panel where we talk about, you know, the nature of how these algorithms are working these days and the stories that are being pushed to the front and how it's affecting our communities physically and digitally. So, guys, stay tuned for that. Once we have that set up, we will be posting it up. Keep your notifications on. Y'all already know. Oh, we got Serenity in the building. We got Keen in the building. Hey, welcome guys. Oh, Ariana, welcome back. Welcome back to Jag Nation. I know I've seen you here before. So yeah, like all of those 250 concerts, like there was different 250 situations, and then on top of that, there was Essence Festival
Yep.
that was going on this weekend as well, and it's wild. Maybe that's where we should start. Essence Festival, mixed reviews from what I've heard
Yeah.
and what I've seen. Like I've seen a couple of class clowns from YouTube that went down there to make content, and um, there were some interesting things that I learned, though, or should I say, not learned, but was reminded of. Um, I totally, it didn't click that Lauren LaRosa over there at the Breakfast Club was Lauren from TMZ. Totally missed that. It didn't click.
And it didn't click until what? Essence Fest?
Well, no, because I saw her doing a little impromptu, like, catch you out on the spot interview with some clown. And, he was, sitting there, just trying to create a little mess and talking about what a star she was, and pretty much low key how she's better than everybody at the Breakfast Club or whatever. And she was like, "Stop it, you're being messy. That's not the case." And whoopty whoopty woo. And he was like, "Well, why don't you tell me about your experience over there?" And then that's when she said it. She said, you know, as opposed to working at TMZ, where it was just everything that she was doing in the backdrop, and all the work that she was doing, TMZ got the credit for it, or Harvey got the credit for it. She was a desk girl. Now her name gets mentioned and she's getting recognized. And I'm like, oh, wow.
Hmm.
I, I totally missed that. It's funny. You can hear about a person, and when they're being held in one light, it's just otherwise. And I get what she's saying, because her as Lauren from TMZ, it really doesn't hold much of anything. But now that she's Lauren LaRosa from the Breakfast Club, like there's a recognition there. So I get that part, but that just seems kind of bizarre to me. Salute Auntie Leah in the building. What's up, Spesh? What's going on, Cat? Like,
And why is it bizarre? Because I mean, let's pay attention to how TMZ. I'm sorry, no, the Breakfast Club. Well, first off, yeah, TMZ. Who was the one sister who used to be on TMZ, and got away from them, and then it's kind of like you don't really hear too much from her anymore. Let me find out who this sister. And then you got
I remember who you're talking about, because she was a personality and she had already built up her name. But when she went over to TMZ, it totally killed her. Like it just
yeah,
destroyed her.
yeah, Raquel, right? Is it Raquel Harper? Is that her?
Rachel
Oh no,
Harper, or what was it?
no. Okay, no,
No,
Raquel was another girl.
no, that's
Nina,
not
is
it.
it Nina Parker? Yeah, Nina
Yes,
Parker.
Nina Parker. And
Yep.
don't forget, Nina Parker went on to work with another weirdo. She went to work for the Love and Hip Hop franchise.
Oh yeah, she did. Yep.
She went on to work for the Love and Hip Hop franchise, and she was hosting those god awful, reunions for Mona. Like she just kind of dumpster dived through television, if you ask me. But yeah, Nina Parker, like, yeah, she was tripping because she was like, she didn't realize that she was getting stunted on like that. Like they weren't paying her. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
she started TMZ in 2007, and then she
hmm
went to work for the Insider in like 2011, 2012. And then
Hmm.
after that, that's when yeah, she became attached to the Love and Hip Hop brand and
Yeah.
was the host for the reunion shows. So yeah, definitely she. So I'm juxtaposing her career versus Lauren, which I guess Lauren became attached to TMZ. She pretty much was what, just like you say, desk person,
Yeah,
news
she's a
person,
desk
right?
girl. Yeah.
Now that she is in a space where Breakfast Club isn't just black. It's pretty much it's a hip hop situation. It's everybody, but she'll get a lot more recognition in black spaces because of it.
Well, it's just funny the way they set the whole thing up because, and it's interesting because Faye is sitting here saying the Breakfast Club always had issues, though. They bought out Lauren to get Jess out because they knew how Jess would react. And she did exactly that, reacted, and it affected the show and made it weirder. Now, see, that's an interesting outlook because what's funny is Jessica gotten pregnant and she had to, take some time off to have her baby. And it was funny because she introduced Lauren as her friend. Like she made it seem like, hey, I brought Lauren here. I put Lauren on. Like that was the story that she was sitting there selling, but I don't think it was that at all. I think that was just a story. And I think they did that, to make it seem like there's a whole lot of like pretending going on online
Oh yeah.
in these media organizations and how they do things. But like Lauren was doing what Lauren was doing. And now she has, her position inside the Black Effect Network. She has her YouTube channel. She's doing her blog. She's getting bigger and bigger on her social media. Like she's building her way up, you know? I just find it funny that Harvey's got a girl on the Breakfast Club team. And it's just starting to make me think about when she was hanging out with Armand Wiggins during the Diddy trial, and they started inventing this new phrase, new media, and just how all that was working, and how no matter what, all of their talking points, it seemed to be the same. Like it's literally been a year since the trial ended in the sentencing. And we were talking about the last live how last year they were talking about Diddy was getting out of jail and he was going home. And then they're sitting there saying they were saying the exact same thing again this year. And you got all of this hoopla going on. And just media is it's really interesting. But yeah, no, I mean Lauren LaRosa was down there at a Essence Festival and
Hmm.
you had Brandy and Monica. Like I don't know. It's like I know they're trying to make up for the great African disasters that they had going on. I hope they got gumbo and jambalaya back because people were very upset about the jollof rice. Um,
And I
there
was
was a
just
lot.
hearing, no, not to
Yeah.
cut you. I'm sorry. I was just
Yeah,
hearing
please.
that people were saying that it lost its luster. Essence Fest isn't the same anymore.
Hmm. Well, I saw a bunch of people posting saying that it was empty, saying that it wasn't doing. It just it wasn't doing. Indeed, God said no, Ebony. Uh, Yeah, so it's like all of those people who did spend money to go down there. I think the one thing that I did find interesting though was they did a tribute to Aaliyah this year. And I think that's cool. I haven't watched it, I haven't seen it. Honestly, I'm kind of avoiding it to a certain extent because I don't want to like I saw a little bit from I think Maya did a performance of We Need a Resolution, and and I saw some clips, and everybody's like, "Oh, Maya was the perfect person to do this," and I'm like, maybe, but Aaliyah's Aaliyah. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's like trying to get somebody to imitate Tina Turner or trying to get somebody to imitate Whitney Houston. There's certain people who are just they have a presence,
Yeah, yeah.
and there's just no touching that, no getting around that. But for me, it just feels like it was just like a black girl clout chase moment. And meanwhile, they got Brandy and Monica there, and they got all that going. I don't know. It's just I don't know. Black culture just it's starting to feel like it all feels like fake jewelry,
That's an
like what we
interesting
got going on right
analogy. It's a very interesting analogy. Fake jury.
now. Yeah, you know,
Like it doesn't have that luster anymore, right? Or
gold plated all the way. Don't leave it on too long and turn your neck green.
mm,
I just I got that feeling. It's just black culture is looking. It's just looking fugazi right now, and that's wild because we're in the nostalgia period. You know, I saw some remnants of some clips from Philly 250, and I was kind of glad that you know to see some of the people up there. I haven't seen the whole thing, and I thought to myself, like, once upon a time, it would have been almost a given that I would have been included in something like that.
mhm.
And I looked at it and I said to myself, like, no, no, this is good. I'm removed from all of that. And I think that's important. I think people need to, just acknowledge that when you take that stand. Like right now, I know that there's a lot of people that are expecting me to have a whole lot to say about a lot of the stuff that's going on. This is the nostalgia period. This is the period where everyone from my generation is going to make some kind of comeback, and they're going to bring everybody forward, and they're going to take all of these people and put them out in your face, and it's going to bring all of the Gen Xers back to the foreground, and they're going to get all of the Gen Xers to spend their money on this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, yeah, nah. Not what I am encouraged though to do is like now is the time to really, really, really focus on building my space. Because I really don't want to be attached to any of that stuff. Like I don't. I don't want to be a part of the three ring circus anymore. And that's a hell of a feat. Like even that conversation that I had with an acquaintance from back in the day last week. I'm not saying the name, but you know who I'm speaking of. And it was just like talking about what 20 years ago was like, what 30 years ago was like, all very relevant moments in time. And I earned every second of whatever good accolades that come along with it. But that's not and and I am glad though that I get to have the knowledge that I have because now I get to share information from a completely different perspective that's totally not biased to the industry. Like let's just be honest, most people that do the kind of commentary that we do and talk about the things that we talk about, it's either one or two things. They're a part of the control conversation. They're either an absolute hater or they're, a glazer
Hmm,
for for what they're calling the culture.
hmm.
And I'm neither. I'm just somebody who knows exactly how this whole thing works. Like this whole spin that psyop, because from this point forward, that's how I want to address spin that as a psyop, because I think that's what it is.
Oh yeah, it most definitely is. And let me say something that's a little, maybe be a little bit controversial, but it'll tie in a few of the topics that we're going to talk about later. When you said about, you know, black culture being what it is, that analogy you gave, well, I think is by design. You really got to look at us in this country. We're supposedly the minority, but we're so influential globally,
Mm-hmm.
and can't nobody take that away from us. But America is trying to tamp down on our ingenuity, our genius, our creativity. I mean, we
Yeah.
create all kind of stuff. You can't think about it. It's funny. I I saw a little boy went to a Jewish neighborhood and said, had a CD and had a whole bunch of, had the little Hasidic Jews running around. He's like, "Hey, hip hop culture made Jews a lot of money. Can you buy my CD?" Nobody bought his CD. Then he went to the black side, and the black lady, first black lady ran up on him, bought his CD, and he's like, "Yes, yes, yes." And that's, I mean, I'm not trying to go there, but that's this country. We be creating all kind of stuff, and we don't receive the benefits of it. But now, globally, now we got the internet. You got a lot of people who could touch millions. That's why we're going to talk about Kai Cenat. And then we're going to touch up on the Nolan Wells situation. That's something different, but it still ties in, where we create culture. We could create all types of stuff. We can have entrepreneurs that make money off this internet, and America doesn't want to see that anymore. We're essentially supposed to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Absorbed. We're supposed to be absorbed, and you'll see what I mean when I say what I'm saying about the absorption of the black community in America. That's the plan for the next 50, 100 years. This situation with Nolan Wells is really, I'm gonna say some stuff. I'm gonna say some stuff about that. But long story short, yeah, we are to be absorbed. We our purpose in this country is pretty much done. Well, this country is done, if you ask me. Um, but our purpose in this country is done, and yeah.
After the conversation we had with another acquaintance,
Mm-hmm.
just the other day,
Mm-hmm.
you know, yeah, this country is in trouble, man. This country ain't country like it's supposed to. Yvonne, she wanted to drop off a little line. She said, "Did we know that Sparky D passed away?"
Yeah, 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 yeah. Rest in peace. I saw that yesterday on the timeline. I follow a bunch of OGs, West Coast
Yeah.
OGs. Somebody, I think Silky D, and somebody that was affiliated with LL. God, what's his name? He's from Uncle Jam's Army. But yeah, people have been talking about Sparky D, and yeah, that's sad. Rest in peace.
It is. And rest in peace, but rest in power. It's we lose so much of our history, and then it's replaced with all of this fake stuff. That's why I keep saying it's fugazi. It's feeling fugazi, and it's just like, how often has Aaliyah been acknowledged? And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, they want to honor her, but nobody wants to get to the bottom of what happened to her. That would be the greatest honor of all.
Yeah, an investigation, a documentary. Yeah.
To acknowledge what really happened to her. Like, y'all want to honor her, but do you want to bring honor back to what happened to her? Like, when you think about the stories that they used to tell when she first passed away, and they literally made it sound like her death was her own fault. That's how they framed it. I'll never forget when I first heard the reports about it. It pissed me off. I was so angry with her. I'm like, she lost her life over luggage because she needed to bring things because that was the story that they told. So to move forward in what you were saying, us being, you know, a global majority, especially when it comes to influence with culture, art, all of that. So I don't know, like the Fugazi part for me. Have you been seeing all of this stuff with Cardi B? Because we haven't talked about that. And I wanted to ask you how you felt about her little cultural lessons that she's doing now on social media. And apparently, she got on CNN talking about black culture and the importance of black culture. And if it wasn't for black culture, people like her and other people wouldn't be able to be successful in the United States. And talking about how, slavery is bad and slavery is terrible and slavery is, oh my goodness. Salute to admin. Welcome to the conversation saying, speaking of making money off of American black culture, where is DJ Khaled? He's at the white party, my dear. He's at the white party with Michael Rubin and the rest of them. That's where Khaled is at. That's where he at. So, oh my goodness. But did you hear about that? The whole Cardi B now she's speaking up for black culture and
Hmm.
talking slavery is bad and
Hmm.
slavery is bad and they want to take it out of the books and slavery is bad and they treated your people like they was literal cattle and I'm sitting there like, okay, who in God's name is coaching her to do this? Because she don't get no damn.
I don't know. She must be talking to Dr. Umar, or maybe she's talking to Brother Polite from jail or something. Because that's what that sounds like. Sounds like a Hotepper got in her ear, and she's reciting,
Like,
regurgitating the yeah.
and people are sitting up there, oh my God, did you hear what Cardi B said? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, Cardi B said that. And I'm like,
She deep all of a sudden, huh? Ain't
this is the hoe that literally had a black woman in her third trimester about to drop her baby, twerking on stage for $5,000. If that's not treating somebody like, am I making sense?
Yeah.
Like you're sitting here talking about black this and black that and black power and black culture, but you literally have black people out there making fools of themselves for pennies, for chump change. But you care? Okay, got it. This the same woman that runs around calling black women cockroaches and monkeys. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe she's about to pivot. Um, and
listen, she let that BET award go to her head. Listen to me. What we doing? What's wrong with us that we're letting this happen? What's wrong with us that we're propping all of this stuff up? Meanwhile, you got Onika over there in the rose garden. Like, I don't think people understand what this really is all about. And let's get to the bottom of it. It's these midterm elections, these general
hmm
elections that are coming up.
hmm
They're about to start tapping in all kinds of pop culture people. See, in my opinion, this is why they got Cardi doing what she's doing right now. This is why she's talking like she got a little bit of sense. This is why she's sitting here speaking about this. So when the Democrats tap her in, she'll be taken more seriously than she was last election. Because you know that last election, I've been waiting for this moment for all my lives. Girl, can we move out the way? Move out the way, because I need to read about this, okay? Okay, I need to read about this, okay?
It sounded like Rosie Perez in Rosa Parks.
Rosie Perez. Rosie Perez. See, you got me saying Rosa. Rosie Perez would never handle herself that ignorantly.
No,
Ever.
I'm when I say Rosie Perez, I'm really just talking about Rosie Perez in regards to
When she was in the Hey Mookie! Yay,
yeah,
Mookie!
yeah.
Poor Mookie. That Mookie moment, she'll never. That or Soul Train, her popping down the aisles, popping herself out of her body. She'll never live those moments down. But I mean, I think people need to start paying attention. There's going to be a lot of pop culture people. You know, they're getting it together. They're getting a little talking points together. So because they need everything. They need everything so they can sway these elections the way they want them to. I'm just curious to see how this is going to go, because I don't think the Nicki Minaj demographic is going to be as strong a force for the elections as these
Nah,
people want her to be. I don't think so.
nah. Yeah. They are desperate, and yeah, like you said, and in a lot of these Democrats, they have to lean a little more to the left now because of just how the country is in reality. So trust and believe you're gonna see a whole switcheroo of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Just in general.
Yeah.
Like yeah, Cardi B coming out saying all that is
And the black people, and y'all don't know because it's bad, and they want to take it out of books because it's bad. Sweetheart, you're a couple of years late, because during the pandemic they were busy removing anything that was considered critical thinking from college curriculum. They've been doing this. This isn't anything new. You're only about 3 or 4 years late. But I'm just watching. Like all of these concerts that people are seeing, all of the celebrities, everybody that they tap back in. Like, I guarantee you, even Serena Williams, she's probably going to have something to say. Why do you think she's back out on that court? Look at the way they took Taylor Swift's wedding and turned it into that big media spectacle.
hmm
And all of the people, they even had Brad Pitt and his new girlfriend there.
Damn. Yeah, they're desperate.
They're
That's
tapping
wow.
in everybody. Everybody. They got them all going. Like, y'all went from having your wedding at this beautiful private, you know, event space in Montauk, and it was supposed to be so exclusive and it was supposed to be so wonderful, to having it at Madison Square Garden and inviting 1,000 people.
Hmm.
That's not intimate. That doesn't even.
You say that on
When she
even
decided she was gonna get married at her concert, and then she
mhm.
found out a dude was cheating on her in that movie with Owen Wilson. Like,
What movie is
why
that?
would you be a public? I don't know. It was some married with her and Owen Wilson about her being a pop star.
I'm trying to. What are you?
I can't remember the name of. I mean, let's just be honest. Do we even really remember any of the names of her songs?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
So not being able to remember the titles of her movies. That don't feel so bad. Don't beat yourself up about it. Was it called "Marry Me" or something like that? I think it was something stupid like that.
Marry
But
me. Okay.
something like that with Owen Wilson, and she was a 50-year-old pretending to be a 28, 29-year-old pop star. It's just, but this is
That's
what they
sad.
this is what they're doing. They're gathering up all of their people. They're getting all of their people together.
And it's about gathering up, like you say, and then the pander. Cardi
Yeah,
Cardi is dropping it. So you didn't hear Cardi's dropping a new album. She's got a freaking neo soul album dropping. I swear on my mama.
you're joking.
They said no. They said she got a new neo. That's why she's talking all that black stuff because she
Hold
got a
on,
new
are you
album dropping.
serious?
Yeah, this her album cover right here. Hold on.
You know what? No, you not. You a mess. I'm done.
Barduism.
I'm
She
done.
got a whole new like she
Done
going
with
with
you.
the whole Badu. Remember Baduism? She's trying
I'm
to.
done.
It's pandering. She's pandering. Yes. Cardi B Barduism. She gonna be talking about the slave ships and black dick. Anyway.
Lord have mercy. See, the latter half of that conversation, she definitely knows something about that. I, look, Cardi B with a head wrap and burning incense.
she
I'm
gonna call it.
good.
She gonna call it head wrap hoeing.
I'm done. I'm done. Now she came out with something called Faha Melodies or something like that. Uh, she could do a whole skit with her sister. Hennessy, bring me my Faha.
Hilarious.
I, it is what it is. I actually no, I didn't catch the Oskino and D Haven interview. I'm gonna have to check
Oh, we gotta
that out.
check that out. Oh yeah.
I'm
Jack,
check
let's just
that out.
let's get into it. Let's get into it since
Well, let's get into it.
let me switch up a little bit real quick. First things
Hmm.
first, we're gonna speak on Jermaine Dupri. Give
Huh.
me 1 second. Okay, so for those who don't know, Jermaine Dupri. Now let's give Jermaine Dupri his credit and his props. He discovered Crisscross, Escape,
Yeah.
The Brat. He is a pioneer. I'll give him his credit. And I was listening to him speak on his career on Sway in the Morning a couple of days back. So and I believe that was probably like a rewrite. I mean a rerun. But Jermaine Dupri is a legend. I'm gonna give him that. I'll give him that. Now, you know, as far as the quality, I get it because he was talking about it was only him producing. It wasn't he didn't have other people come in and tap and help out and he's talking about back in the day when he started with Crisscross Escape, the Brat. It was just him, and that's I commend him for that because being a one man machine when it comes to production, it ain't no joke. It's dope to have collaborators. It's dope to have players come in and do this or like that's dope. But he did everything on his own, so props to him for that. Now we have
I mean,
this
that's,
case.
I guess that's not completely debatable.
I mean,
For
yeah,
the
it,
most
it
part. No, for the most part, Jermaine was a hands-on producer. I'm gonna put it to you this way: if you had to put him, Timberland, and Diddy,
oh yeah, he's murdering it.
he would be both of them, for real, for real.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And salute to admin, baby. Thank you for the super chat.
So what we have here now, Jermaine Dupri sues Sony Music for $18 million over unpaid royalties.
Mm.
This is according to Variety. Now, I saw this
Everybody
and I
coming up
said,
short, huh?
yeah, everybody's getting, and remember, Sony is who Michael Jackson went up against, y'all. Y'all know that.
Mm-hmm.
And We
Yeah.
know how that turned out for him. I'm not, you know,
Sony
but
went up. Actually, Sony went up against Michael Jackson.
yeah, because Michael Jackson actually he signed a
Michael
deal with.
Jackson, he had the control, he had the ownership, he had the stake, he had what they wanted.
He
So
went to Sony Japan, not Sony America. That's what happened with him, right? Because
who?
no, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson went to the parent company, not the Sony America. I believe he
Oh
went to
no, he
Sony
went to the
Japan.
he overstepped them, and that's how he was able to get everything that he was able to get. But they weren't going to let him live that down.
Yeah, and that's why they were mad at him. But here we have Jermaine Dupri. They said he filed an $18 million lawsuit against Sony Music Entertainment, alleging that the company failed to properly pay royalties for his releases from Mariah Carey, Usher, Escape, Criss Cross, and many others. So they said the suit was filed yesterday.
After Clive Davis passed away.
Right. Because remember, he was talking
Interesting.
about, remember what he was saying about Clive, that he should be honored at the BET Awards.
Hmm.
But the suit accuses Sony Music Entertainment for having not been lawful in its dealings with Jermaine Dupri, dating all the way back to May of 1992 when So So Def Entertainment entered into an agreement with Sony. So the suit claims that Jermaine Dupri began to suspect that he had not been paid royalties or full royalties in full for uh, all that his music catalog in 2023, and that the misconduct had been discovered in the time since. So it's not like he's going all the way back to 92. He's saying he discovered it in 03. I mean 2023, and he's proceeding with his suit. So in the suit, his attorneys outline a pattern of unreporting royalties and retroactively updating statements of previously earned royalties. And they accuse Sony of engaging in willful, deceitful actions designed to harm plaintiffs in their business. This is what it says in the
Hmm.
paperwork.
I wish him all the best.
And that there are numerous So Def productions shared and produced royalty accounts that are impacted by misreporting. So,
All
I
the
mean, that's
labels do that.
but here's the kicker: the
My label,
outline.
my label did it to me.
Well,
UMG did it to me. The amount of money that I'm owed for royalties from all that they stole from masters that actually belong to me, that belong to me now. Do you know how many people they do this to? This is
well,
exactly what Angie Stone was trying to pursue
right.
before her death.
And shout out to Lonzo for putting me up on, because when he had this little situation with Macola, he was telling me some stuff, and just I was like, whoa, like yeah, they they cooked the books, y'all. But the suit outlines Jermaine Dupri's business dealings with Sony, and then, like I said, it began in May of '92 when So So Def signed a label agreement with the company to release projects from the Brad, Escape, Houdini, and Nina. So So Def established a JV agreement with Sony in
Hmm.
'97 that ended in a buyout in 2022, leading to a deal with Arista to release projects from Bow Wow and Jagged Edge. So you see why he would be so beholden, or he'll be holding Clive Davis in such regard.
Yeah, kissing ass, hoping that it'll do a favor for him in a situation that he's screwed, whether he wants to be or not. Everybody thinks that if they play along with the system, that the system's going to play along with them. And that's just not how it works.
Mm-mm.
That's not how it works. No matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, that part, they're going to be playing the tiniest and the smallest violin in the world.
Mhm.
And it's going to be, I want to see where this goes. I do. Because, Salt and Pepper, they're still fighting.
Yeah.
for their catalog as well. Like, has nobody noticed that everyone in the industry, every time it comes time for people to start going to collect their money and what's owed, it never happens. People never get it. Or there's a settlement that happens very quietly with non-disclosure agreements and nobody can ever talk about anything. This is what the game do. This is how the game operates. So it's like, I'm curious. I want to see. We're going to follow this story.
Oh yeah, yeah. I found it interesting when it popped. I mean, it's going to be some time before we get to because they're asking for a jury trial. They're asking
Ah,
for no less than $18 million and interest and attorney fees. And they're, like I said, they're
ah,
demanding a jury trial. His attorneys also they detailed the long pattern of unpaid royalties. They said it was damn near $1 million of unpaid producer royalties for Escape's album Muhammad Coming At You, the first album, and over $1 million for Brat's Functified. He's asking about
yeah.
Social Def's connection with album releases by Mariah Carey, Bow Wow, Usher, Jaquan. Remember that? Everybody Get
He's
Tipsy.
doing a lot. He's doing a
Bone
lot,
Crusher.
especially considering all of the bad contracts that he got those people to sign with him.
I was just about to
Like,
say
that's the
that.
thing that I don't understand. You're sitting here complaining about these companies fleecing you, and you made sure all of your artists signed shit contracts where they were getting nowhere near what they should have been getting or close to what they deserved. But you want to get your money.
Hmm.
Okay. Like what is this? Life? I want your cornbread. Give me your cornbread.
Mm.
Like, are you kidding me? But hey, I want to see where this case is gonna go.
Well,
I want to say.
we'll be following it. We'll keep everyone updated on it. I think it's an interesting development.
Hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if in the midst of all of this, before that trial comes, victims start popping up. And I'm talking about people that are accusing him of stuff. Cause see, that's how the industry will play. Oh, you wanna play it like this? Okay, well, let's start digging up. Let's see, victim number one, come forward. What did he do to you when you were 10 years old? Uh, hey, we finna see. I guess we gon' see.
Well, we did hear some stories about the whole thing with crisscross. I mean, that's just stories, but still, like, and one's passed on,
Yeah,
and the
he
other one's
suffered.
still here. Yeah,
He suffered.
and they
And
bullied
the
him
other one's still
online
quiet.
too.
And the other one is still quiet.
Yeah, very
And
quiet.
it's so interesting. People are always so quick to talk about Cat Williams said this and Cat Williams said that. Cat Williams also called Jermaine Dupri one of the largest pedos in the game. I'm curious to see how he's going to make it through this. A trial? He wants a
Jury
jury
trial.
trial?
Jury trial. Yes,
Ooh.
very interesting. Very interesting.
Very, yeah. That's gonna be something else.
Well, I'll keep you posted. I'll definitely put that. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys are interested in it, then y'all,
Let
we
us
we
know in the
don't.
comments if you want to
Yeah,
keep following along to see what's gonna happen to little JD.
Jermaine Dupri. Yeah, the Brat's album was the first CD I ever bought because that came out what 94. I
Mm.
think so. It was 94. I was buying tapes from 88 and then I just started. I mean, I still buy tapes, but I bought the Brat's CD because that song was there. Funkify. I mean, I don't know why I paid for the album when that freaking Funkify song was played nonstop on the radio.
Yeah. Well, I guess you wanted to be able to hear it when you wanted to hear it. That's the beautiful thing about, ownership when you bought your own stuff. Man, I used to have a kick ass CD collection. And don't forget, I used to work for doing promotions,
So you had all the
street teaming
you had
with
all the
the record
singles, the
pools. I had
exclusives.
everything. I had cleans. I had
Yeah.
cleans, not the promotionals. I had cleans. Gee.
Yeah.
Woo!
Now for a
Anytime
minute,
any of the new stuff came in, and all the new soundtracks for all of the movies, got them first, man. And when my oh my goodness, somebody broke in to my car and stole my CD collection, I
oh
was pissed
man.
off. And then when I was on campus, someone broke into our dorm room, stole a bunch of CDs. Like I've probably had more CDs stolen from me than people have could even think to have purchased or bought. Like, man, I'll never forget when when everybody came out, when Jill came out, when Bilal came out, even when Kendra came out, when Floetry came out, like when everybody from Philly was coming out, I would go to FYE and I would buy like anywhere from 20 to 50 copies.
Mm.
Like
Wow.
if I only bought 20 copies one time, I would go back and I would buy another like 30. Like I did my part. You know what I'm saying? I would make sure that those numbers look good to you know what I mean? Because of course the more units that get bought early, it forces the record stores to reorder immediately based on demand. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I was actively promoting, like even still as an artist, like because I knew how the game worked. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, oh man,
Yeah.
the good old days.
Yeah. I bet you had a hella collection. I mean, I
Yeah.
used to I had a collection and then I'd say around 2000 I just started just downloading and collecting MP3s. Because yeah, my stuff kept getting stolen or stuff would happen. But I had to plug like you back in the day. I had a homie, Jewish homie that worked for some promoter, and man, I could tell you I had like the Helter Skelter blah, and they had La Fleur Le Fla on the other side of it was CD, right? He'll give us CDs and tapes. And man, like just my collection was like, oh yeah, I got this, I got that, I got, and yeah. But once it gets stolen, you be like, oh man. But I could tell, I bet you, yeah, I could tell people were coming to you like, yo, Jack, let me borrow and people don't bring your shit back.
Yeah, I had a lot of that. And sometimes I would just give music away. A lot
Yeah,
of times I would just give music away because I wanted to make sure that, people got heard, that it got out there, that it got to the streets, that it got to the
yeah,
core. Like I was good as an employee working inside the system, working inside the game. Like I was good that way.
a
I was
good
a hell of a
promoter.
promoter. I was a
Yeah,
great promoter. And my street teams blazed,
Jack, you if
So
you didn't if you didn't if you didn't like sign a deal and started singing, you probably would have what DJ'd or some shit, huh?
I could have
I
went
could
into that. I could
I
have
could
went
see
into
you.
that. But
I
I
could
think
see you.
I would have became an executive. Probably. I would have went
Okay.
that direction because I understood it. I understood how the system worked.
Well, it ain't too late. It ain't too late to do it, but just not for the system.
Oh well, yeah, I can't do it for the system. I'd never do it
Nah,
for the system
I refuse
because I know
to.
what they do. I know what they do. I know what it does to people. And that's why when people start talking about, yeah, I'm trying to change the system from within, be wary anytime you hear somebody say that because when they say that, that's not possible.
That actually, what they're
The system
doing,
will change you.
they're fooling themselves when they say stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's never going to happen. That's not going to happen. You can't change this system. There's only two things you can do. You can capitulate and comply, or you can actively work to remove yourself completely from it or to remove it completely from you. Like that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The system is a system. There is no change in this system. That's why when people say, "Oh, well, they're trying to break it down from within." Okay, let's see how that works.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, they use the same tool to control everybody: money.
Hmm.
And eventually, like if they want you to act right, if they want you to get in line, it's real simple. They make their phone calls, they make sure nobody books you, they make sure, like if you're an artist, they make sure you don't get booked, they make sure nobody works with you, they make sure that all producers uh freeze you out. If you're a producer and if you can produce your own music and you don't need anybody, then they start calling up like all the studios where you could go and record. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
let them know, make sure there's no time for this person. Make
Hmm.
sure that they're on the wait list. Make sure that, yada, yada, yada. And if they're able to pay you and they're able to come in and get block time and you take it, then make sure you put in an engineer that's going to fuck up their sessions, or
Right.
they'll let somebody come through that's a so-called intern, and you go into the studio and work your ass off, and then at the end of your session, after y'all finish striping off everything and shutting down and everyone leaves and go home, the engineer, the intern that doesn't work there, that even if you fire them, it won't fucking matter, right? Because they're not technically on payroll, they're just a volunteer there, will come in and they'll have them come and steal all your shit and take all of your files or fuck up all your files or destroy your mix, you know what I mean? And
Right.
force you to have to mix all over again. Like these are the tricks that the industry plays.
Even on an independent level,
Oh,
shout out
you
to
can
my
be
guy.
independent. Yeah.
No, no, listen, because my guy Sad from Body Count, he was telling me back day where you go into a studio, you pay all this money to get recording time and stuff like that, and they will purposely give you a fucked up mix.
Mhm.
Like people were not thinking about ownership of just even just like owning your files. This, I mean, I'm even talking about like the Pro Tools, and even before that the ADAT and stuff like that, right? So yeah, they
Mhm.
they they would give you engineers would you know give you a fucked up mix, and you
Purposefully
thinking,
fuck your shit up.
yeah, you finna
And
go
and you
demo
paid
it.
for it. And you paid for it.
Yeah,
You paid for it.
yeah,
So guess what? That shit is done. That money's gone.
yep,
And guess what?
cold game.
If you want to get it done again, now you got to come up with that money all over again. Listen to me.
Exactly.
It is the worst kind of gaslighting system. Like, and that's what people don't understand, when it comes to this game, which is why technology on the low is so brilliant. Because if you can set up your whole situation where you don't have to touch anything that has to bow down to the system, because you have to realize, even if you're working with people in the studio who like you, or you're working with engineers who believe in you, or you're working with producers who have invested into you and poured into you, or if you're working with promoters who dig you, they're still doing business with the system.
Yep.
And guess what? They're not going to be willing to turn down 80 to the 95% of their revenue that they count on being generated by the system for you. They're not going to do that. I've seen labels threaten to pull all projects from studios if they continue to let someone record.
Yeah.
Like that's just crazy. But that's how they do it.
Exactly.
So that's all it takes. But to be able to have ownership of all of that and to be able to go direct to consumer without having to touch anything. And like that's the tricky part. And a lot of people don't get that, but that's part of the reason why I've done things the way that I've done things, and why we're taking our time to build what we're building little by little, piece by piece, day by day. Because once that happens, it's unstoppable. From that point forward, it's just velocity and inertia,
Yep.
and watch
And
it grow.
speaking of,
Like this gentleman.
yeah, speaking of cutting the middleman out, he had his whole campaign bag day. F the middleman, proud to pay. And shout out to Nip for being one of the ones that started like that Crenshaw mixtape, one of the greatest mixtapes. He's like, hey, $100. And at the time, I was looking at like, what? $100? But I get it. And it was it was that album mixtape, but classic. And it didn't do nothing but help fuel his album that eventually came out, Victory Lap. But yeah, he was someone who spoke on independence. Grew up in the same neighborhood. He's a little younger than me, and yeah, like that's how I got into IT. Is I said, I'm gonna do my own music myself. I'm gonna learn how to uh, make this music on computers. That's how he started. He built his own computer to make his music, and here he is. Here we are now, where he has been transitioned, but he still the marathon still continues because Nip family, his children, they received a multi-million-dollar inheritance of his estate. It's been reported, and rightfully so. I'm glad that it isn't gone to some others who probably had no input on his creativity.
I know. They would have had so much more to inherit if their father had lived, though. And I'm sure they would rather have him. Everyone who's ever tried to encourage independence, full ownership. Yes, Master P started his label for that same reason and then turned around and did what? Sold it to the system.
Yeah,
Sold it to the system. Sold it right to the system. I
but this
I
guy,
wish.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
I'm
because
listening.
you were just gonna get into what you wish you would have done. I was gonna say, this whole situation with what's going on with Nip right now. Both of it, he only has two children, had two children, and they
Yeah.
received 50% of his estate. The estate is worth around 11 million, and the exact amounts are actually sealed. But the inheritance includes cash, ownership interest in several business ventures, the Marathon clothing brand, and other assets. Um, they even got his old 2012 Chevy Suburban or whatever. But the estate has been managed by Black Sam, so shout out to Black Sam.
Salute to him.
And this has been in dispute of years of court disputes involving the first child's mother, Tanisha Foster. I believe she's
Yeah.
related to Big U.
Yeah.
They've been battling over custody and inheritance matters and stuff like that, but they were resolved last year. Those issues were resolved last year, and yeah, this is good. This is good work. This is and this. I don't want to get into the family side of it. I know how certain people be greedy. You know how that is, but Nip spoke on that ownership, and if you listen to his music, he was putting that game out there for the youngsters to understand. What he said in that one joint, all right, get right, where he said, um I'll let them market my music, and I'll manage and do what I need to do. I'll still own. That's what it's about. And see, that's the problem. They want younger artists now to be dependent on, oh yeah,
On
y'all
the
do this,
system.
y'all do this for me, y'all know. the best thing you could do is get out here and learn on your own. Like I said, I'm sure Nip knew how to mix his own stuff. Black Sam was doing videos, I know, editing and things like that. You know what I mean? If you got family that does everything for you, or you got like a solid team, again, shout out to my boy Papa Loke. He was on the All Money In team as well.
Yeah.
You just got to have solid people that are not money hungry, and they understand the bigger picture, because he did all that for his children in 7 years since he has passed, so his children can benefit, and that's how it should be.
That's how it's supposed to be. But do you know how many people who have parents who had really great careers, hit records, and all of that don't even see a dime?
Hmm.
Companies keep everything. Like, I really wonder how things are going to turn out for Angie Stone's kids. What are they going to get? Really? What was
I
she
hate to,
actually able to leave behind?
Jag, I hate to say it. I remember one real estate guy was telling me, Asian guy was telling me, you know, these houses that people have had, they've long paid off, or they've had it for, in their family,
Hmm.
when the matriarch or the patriarch passes on,
Usually.
yeah, they usually go after, they call it the dumb son.
Hmm.
And when we got Angie's situation, no disrespect, but who they're gonna go after? And then they got, I mean, it was Angie, and then right after that was D'Angelo. It was like,
They cleared that whole. It's yeah. So like I said, like we're sitting here looking, and like I said, once again, salute to his heirs, to Nipsey Hussle's heirs, and congratulations that they got, their inheritance. And Nipsey had a family member. He had Black Sam that was there to fight, for the whole way, and still building their legacy, and still moving forward. It's just wild. It'll be 8 years he's been gone. Next, what? Next April 1st?
next, yeah, March 31st.
Yeah, March 31st. Yeah, because he passed away 6 months before Giovanni did. And it'll be 8 years this year that Giovanni's been gone. So it's like,
Mhm.
I sit there and I look and I think to myself, all of this encouragement, and there are so many people that were coming up around the time of Nip, that were coming up with him, that saw what happened, and the only thing that encouraged them to do was just fall back and don't fight the system. These kids got all this fight, they got all this mouth, they got all of this, yeah, 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 getting money and doing this and doing that, whoopty whoopty whoop, but none of it really belongs to them. And everyone, the only other person that tried to encourage this kind of self reliance and true ownership in business was Tory Lanez. And look at where he's at.
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah. But salute to them. Long live Nipsey Hussle. And whew, yeah, that's really all I can say about that. Every time I think about what we watched with him, what we saw happen to him, for me, it's like it's a double hit. You know,
Mhm.
you watch your son pass away, and then his favorite rapper passes away. Damn near the same. Like,
Yeah.
just, oh. And what's wild is, if you look at the people around what happened
Same
after
scenario.
Nip,
Same type of.
yeah, the targeting, the interference. But not only that, look at Diddy. Look at Jay Z. Look at how they profited off of Nip.
Yeah.
Like they profited off of everyone else. And that's why I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, Diddy was so damn greedy that he even fought to have executive producer ownership over his project after he was gone. Like,
When when
no shame.
when he didn't had nothing to do with it. I mean, supposedly he had a little bit of input. Young ninjas, that. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. 444.
and people are 444 and people are worried about him, but until the
Can't wait to.
future realizes that they're in danger, what can we do other than sit here and keep telling them?
Well, like I said, raise the consciousness of the people. That's what they threatened by. Real spill. When we start letting people know what's up, that's yeah, they're going to be threatened. I mean, the system is threatened by that. When we start letting our future artists know, hey, don't go down this route, do this. If you want to be independent, we got workshops for you to do X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to give up too much of the game, but trust and believe. um, we got to start putting the right information out so that you know they don't become a statistic, or they don't become prey. Speaking of, let me just
Hmm.
get into this real quick when we're talking about statistics and prey. Now, everyone for the past few days have been talking about this story here, that involves Nolan Wells. I guess we will just say Mississippi. You know, Mississippi GD. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Mississippi, goddamn. Salute to
Um,
Nina Simone.
yeah.
Great record. I used to sing it all the time.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Let's talk about it. Over this holiday weekend, 4th of July weekend, a bunch of kids got together and decided they were going to hop in some boats and they were going to take themselves a little cruise out to something called Horn Island. A little track of land out there in the water right off the coast down there, Mississippi, Biloxi, that area. That's all. It's hard to call it beach community. It's water community, definitely. Like, it's like you're talking Gulf down there. So it's a little secluded, but I mean, that's the thing. This Horn Island, it's a place that you can only get to by boat. Like there is no other way. You have to have a boat to get there. You have to have a boat to get off of there. So if you're out there and you get left, you're definitely stranded. Like you're definitely going to need somebody to come and get you. So this situation. And the thing is do we want to talk about it? What can we say about it? There are details, and all of these details are just like all over the place. What I don't like about this situation is that it's happening at this time where this country has gotten to the place where everything now is literally black and white. Like we don't know what this situation, like what do we know? Let's talk about what we know.
okay, 18
First
year
things
old.
first. Hmm.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna break it down, and like you said
Please
about
go ahead.
the Horn Island
Hmm.
boat trip. There's an 18-year-old student athlete. He disappeared on July 4th. Boat trip headed to Horn Island, a barrier island off of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Now, he was later found unalive, and his family retained Ben Crump to push for answers. So, before we get into that, and I do have a clip that I'm going to play, Nolan went to Horn Island with his friends on Saturday, July 4th, and as according to the sheriffs, he traveled by boat with his friends, but he didn't return with them that afternoon. His mother reported him missing that night, and his body was found the following morning off of Horn Island. Let me play this real quick.
Here we go.
I don't know why this thing be tripping. You
It's
see how
not playing. I know.
Give me 1 second.
Every time we get to flowing,
No, don't trip. I'll. Yep.
For several days. Then,
It's
on the morning of
ridiculous.
July 8th, a park ranger discovered a body in the water.
All right, hold on, you guys. We're gonna go ahead and play it. Give me 1 second.
And
Why this thing wants to just trip up. Okay, here we go. Give me 1
don't
second.
forget,
Go.
you need
Yeah.
to rewind it all the way back too.
No, I
because
did, and I don't know why it's not even. See, this thing is just bugging.
they acting a fool. They always hating on us when we get to cooking. Welcome to the Jaguar Wright Show. See, they be hating on us. Y'all, apologize for the technical difficulties.
Because this is the reason why I upload everything early. So
Yeah,
that
I
don't
know.
have any, and you know how I do. But all right, give me 1 second. This is ridiculous.
West. Missing 18-year-old Nolan Wells has been found deceased after days of searching off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. On the 4th of July, Nolan traveled by boat with a group of friends to Horn Island, a remote island about 10 miles off the Mississippi coast that can only be reached by boat. According to authorities, Nolan was last seen around 3 p.m. After spending the day on the island, his friends returned to shore, but Nolan never made it back. His family later confirmed he had been separated from his cell phone, making it impossible for investigators to track his location. An extensive search involving law enforcement, the U.S. Coast Guard, and multiple agencies continued across both land and water for several days. Then, on the morning of July 8th, a park ranger discovered a body in the water near the northwest end of Horn Island, close to where Nolan was last seen. Authorities are awaiting official identification from the coroner, but Nolan's family has confirmed that it is him. Investigators have not yet released a cause of death, and the circumstances surrounding Nolan's disappearance remain unclear. Rest in peace, Nolan Wells.
So the family says they want to know exactly what happened. And hours before Nolan disappeared, his mother, Mrs. Wansley, she asked the public to share any photos, videos, documentation from Horn Island that could help. Now, Ben Crump's involvement is going to raise the profile of this case. You know, Crump says that he wants the family he wants every fact brought to light. He calls for urgency and transparency and investigation. So right now, you know, there's public speculation online because Nolan was reportedly black, and the photos from his trip showed he was with white companions, but there are no current, like, there are no official findings of a racial motive, foul play, or a criminal charge. And it just
That's
reminds
what
me
makes this
Go ahead.
crazy, though.
It
No, but
reminds
that's
me of
what
this
makes
case.
it crazy. Which case?
Remember this young girl, this young lady who,
Oh yeah.
and I know we're not, we're look, We're just trying to get people to understand the race program that they're running. We're not trying to make this a racial thing, but guess what? This is going to be a racial thing. If you guys don't know, this young lady, she ended up having a sleepover some years back. She was the only black person at this house, and she ended up, unalive. I don't know if you guys remember this case. The name escapes me, but it'll come to me. Go ahead, Jack.
No, I'm just sitting here looking at it. Like I said, that's the thing that makes this, even talking about this, so uncomfortable for me, because we already have so much racial tension in this country right now. And this is just more fodder. It is more wood for the bonfire. And if you look at all of the details that they're talking about, they can be nothing or they can be something. That's the problem with it. He's not the only boy that left his phone on the boat. But the other boy that left his phone on the boat made it back to the boat. Why didn't he? They said that they told him that they were leaving and it was time to get on the boat. And there's still no response. If he said yes, if he said no, why he didn't come, why nobody checked up on him. Like it's an island. By the time the sun goes down, it's deserted. Like it's not like there's streetlights out there. Like, why did they feel so comfortable with leaving? There's some footage, some images, slight video. The audio isn't very clear though. It's not very clear at all. You can hear somebody cursing and hollering, and it's being said that it was possibly this young man and the young gentleman that he came with. But the way they're already framing this, we don't even know. We don't know. And where is this mystery girl? They said he was talking to some girl. He went off into the woods on the island talking to some girl. Like everything. Like I said, it could be something. It could be nothing. Super, super, super confusing. The issues that I'm having, though, are the fact that because of the way the police cropped the photo, the initial photo when he went missing, and how it cropped out the boys that he went there with, that looks a little suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
And people are forgetting all of this is happening in the wake of Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
And us still not having real answers about what happened with that. Like, I don't think people even realize, like, there's the fatigue of the Carmelo Anthony case that is now going to definitely conflate onto this one. And this, it's going to be a lot worse. Because, see, it's going to be worse. The simple fact that everybody's social media went black as soon as this happened. Everybody silenced their, just everything, whatever they have on social media. Even some of the parents, like, and they said one of the boys, his mom is a judge, so people are already like, oh, well, and once again, the Carmelo Anthony situation, everything that's happening, and now this situation, it feels bad. It feels wrong. It all just feels terrible. And I'm telling you right now, these kids aren't going to say a word. And with all of the kids that were there, if nobody comes forward and says anything, that's going to let you know everybody, what the hell was that argument about? Because if you listen, like when I was listening to the clip of it, you could hear somebody saying, F that, man, F that, da-da-da. Like it was faint because there was a lot of noise that was going on around it, but you could hear them fighting. And people are saying that it was Nolan and the young men that he came with. So when did that fight happen? When did he meet the girl? When did he walk off into the woods? And there's nothing there to help tell that story. And conveniently enough, his phone was on the boat. Like even if he had his phone with him, his phone could have told the story. You know what I'm saying? They would have been able to track it, ping it. Did he leave the island? How did he end up on the shore? How did he end up? And this is why I don't like talking about these cases before we got any kind of facts or any kind of details. People are calling it red rum. We don't know if it's red rum. We don't know what it is. What we do know is that that young man is gone, that the people that he was there with, no one's saying anything. Everyone's keeping their mouth shut. The police already look like they're preparing for whatever. And now we got Ben Crump involved. And I know people get all excited every time they hear Ben Crump. And I know people think, oh, Ben Crump, and they think about George Floyd, and I get all of that. But they're also not looking at the fact that because Ben Crump is who he is, it could also make the way law enforcement in that area handles things a little more prickly too, because they know who this guy is. You know what I mean? They know he has the ability to go national and to go hot. They know that he's in favor with a lot of people who would be willing to take something like this and use it in a general election year. Like people are forgetting about the politics of all of that. People are forgetting about the politics of Ben Crump. So they're doing the autopsy now. They're doing a toxicology report. For me, I want to at least wait before I start giving opinions or speculating too heavy. I want to hear some more facts. I want to hear some more details. Because this is I know, like this is the thing. Like Tamir Rice, there are so many different names that we could talk about that feel like this situation. Or am I wrong?
No, and the young lady, well, she actually was a woman, a grown woman. This case where we have Nolan Wells and his quote unquote acquaintances at the bottom. On top, this case was Tamla Horsford. This was in 2018, closer to 2019. She was 40 years old, a mother of 5. This was an overnight adult party they had in Forsyth County, Georgia. She was the only black woman at the party. The next morning, she was found dead in the backyard with multiple injuries. Authorities, they initially ruled her death as accidental fall, but the family questioned the findings, pointing to unexplained injuries and inconsistencies in the timeline, which prompt for further investigation. So we might have to do some independent journalism on our own for these cases, because I guarantee you, number one, you're right, Jag. Shouldn't jump to no conclusions, but we definitely should look at this with a critical eye, and we should tell our kids, just like I have a daughter. I would advise her, look, you do not be the only girl in any room. Like, let's just say you're over, I don't know, your friend's house or your whoever, and you look up and you're the only girl there. Get out.
Yeah.
And it's not to be pumping fear or nothing like that, but the reality is men are weird. Men are, I don't trust no man. Not to
Women
be
shouldn't be
pushing that,
alone. Women
n-
shouldn't be alone around a bunch of men. I mean,
not
it
at
takes,
all.
listen to me. As a woman who had a lot of male friends, and I was a tomboy, whatever the case may be, there were times when I spent time where I was the only woman around, and I'm gonna tell you something right now. I paid very close attention to the energy, and if the energy shifted, I left, because anything can turn up at any time. Especially you start adding alcohol to certain situations, you can't control how other people are behaving, what they're doing. But I came to learn as I got older. Don't put yourself in that position at all.
Not at all.
Don't do it at all. One of the things that I don't like that I've been seeing though happen on social media now, there's a bunch of account holders. I don't know if they're content creators or not. I'm going to call them account holders on different social media apps, whether it be Instagram or TikTok, that are saying F Nolan Wells. He got what he deserved. Why don't they listen? Why was he hanging around all of these white people? Oh, you thought it was sweet, and now you gone. And we ain't giving up no money for your GoFundMe. And we ain't doing this. Like, and I'm just like, are you kidding me?
That's not the approach. Number one, we should have empathy for anyone. Like, I grew up in a pretty much mixed, well, not my neighborhood, but when I went to school from like junior high on, it was pretty much, everybody, Jews, blacks, white,
Yeah,
Asian, right? So
yeah,
our generation was the first real integrated generation. Let's say, if you came up in
yeah.
the 80s and 90s, and you had an opportunity to be around everyone.
Gen
And I
X.
had I had cool white buddies. I had cool Asian, cool Jew, like cool everybody, right? Now he's young. He's the same age as my son, and sometimes they don't know any better. Like I know I put mine up on it though. I let them know, like, um, just like I said, with my daughter, don't be around, don't be the only woman in a situation like that. And I would recommend when you're in a situation around, and I'm not just going to say, I'm not going to go and just say a white, I'll just say predatory racist, because I'm not going to put label. I told you there's only really three people of color, people of color, and racist, right?
Yeah.
So if you're around these people that, like you say, the energy may shift. You got to get away from these people. I'm not eating nobody's food. I'm not going on anybody's field trip, camping trip, not spending the night over just anybody's house, especially these types of people. And when I say these types of people, I'm talking about the predatory type. And
10
both
years
cases,
ago, listen to me, 10 years ago, I wouldn't have thought anything of it. But now we have no choice but to think about it. Look at all of the race baiters that we have on social media operating on a daily basis. Look at all of the content creators that we have that have turned this into a cash cow for themselves. You know, I'll never forget when I started having friends outside of my race, like pretty much all the way up into my early teens. I was an all black girl with an all black life. I came from parents who, you know, grew up and lived through segregation.
hmm
So it's once upon a time, for a while there, you know, after integration, like Gen X, we we learned how to have friendships with people outside of our race. Like, I had Indian girlfriends, I had black girlfriends, I had white girlfriends, I had, you know what I mean? Like it was something has shifted in this country. Something has shifted. Our conscience for loving people, it's oh, see, yeah, I didn't hear that, but I could see how it would. Like, the thing is we should be able to be around each other regardless of what race we are and have respect for each other's humanity. But we have now gotten back to the point where humanity doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, people leaving comments. I'm awesome. Yeah, f him. Blah blah blah. Yeah, so, what if that was your cousin, your brother? Not everybody is aware, and like I said, you like I said, I ain't trying to go there, but um, let's just say Massa's grandchildren is gonna be Massa's grandchildren. They gonna act like Massa, and
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem with an unhealed society, that it's lost touch with God. We got to start thinking like that again. Like, here we are. Ageism, classism, sexism, racism, the isms are back in full force, in full effect. The isms are back. And unfortunately, we all have to we have to behave accordingly. Like, once upon a time, living down south seems so charming to me. And now the idea of living down south makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Like, gotta look, gotta pay attention. Just because you have respect for something doesn't mean that the next person does.
yeah, true.
It just doesn't. And there is so much race baiting going on. There is so much hatred going on. We have allowed social media to just become a frenzy of feeding bigotry, of feeding hate, of feeding. And now we got to worry about stuff like this.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I think this kid's death is about to be the tipping point for the racial divide in this country. That's what I think. And with Ben Crump as the attorney, and this being an election year, and the kind of political backers that are behind him, because see, this is the only issue that I have with Ben Crump being the attorney for this case. His politics. And the politicians that back him. The politicians that promote him. The politicians that support him. Because they're going to come to him and say, this is what we need from you. This is what we need you to do. We need you to make sure this, and like, they're going to do that. And then it's not going to be about this kid anymore. Look at what's going on with the Carmelo Anthony situation. We haven't even gotten resolve in that. That hasn't even come to a head. Like, that's the thing that's bothering me the most about this case. That situation.
Now, the individuals, the people, the who I used to work for, they have connections to Crump, and yeah, let's see what happens to this, because we honestly should get in his ear or get in his ass about some shit. Like, I would ask him for an interview, and not, like I said, not to be divisive, not to attack or nothing like that.
No, listen to me. He was representing Albie Shore before the Diddy trial. And the next thing you know, Albie Shore is quiet again. His book gets shelved. And there's no conversation. Like, there are things, in my opinion, that Ben Crump has done that I do not believe has always been in the best interest of his clients. I do believe a lot of what he's done has been in the best interest of the politics that surrounds him. Can Ben Crump represent this family without letting politics get in the way? But this case, this situation, if this boy did not die of natural causes, and it is absolutely proven that he died of natural causes, like, did he get nervous about being on the island late at night and decide he was going to try to swim back? You know what I mean? And did the water overtake him?
Well,
Are they going to?
people. No, my bad. I was just
No, go
gonna say
ahead.
something.
Go ahead.
People have been well, there was a few people that left messages for you, and they were saying, they're locals. They're familiar with Mississippi in that area. So they were saying word on the street and stuff like that. So what I'll do is I'm gonna drop the link. I want to drop the link, and if
Yeah.
you are closer to the case than we are, and because they're saying friends and family are coming out now, speaking up on, this is all new. All this is new developments. Even
Yeah.
his body being recovered is fairly, that's new information.
It just
So
happened. It just
yeah,
happened. All
few
of
hours
this went
ago.
down on Saturday. Sunday, his body was finally recovered, and it's been 48 hours. And the shit show is just starting to kick into gear. Where I just want to know: have the police confiscated the phones of the kids? The police need to confiscate the phones of the children. They do. They need those phones. They should have those phones. They should be researching those phones. They should be looking at what happened with those phones, everything. They should be researching his phone. Like, there doesn't need to be a criminal investigation for them to just check out everything when you have a situation where someone was missing and then they were discovered deceased.
Right.
You should be checking everything regardless, so that all bases can be covered and everyone can set their minds at ease. I don't and Ebony, listen to me. I hear what you're saying. And a while ago I had said, you know, when we decided to end segregation and, you know, everybody mixing everybody men, I don't know if that was the best thing for us. I've said that before myself. I don't know if that was the best thing for us. But right now, like, I don't know. Because something is off. Something's just extremely off. And guys, we have dropped the link for anybody who would like to come and have this conversation. Um, the link is available. It is out there for you guys to tap. If you missed it,
We'll put it
guess
in
what?
again.
I was going to say I'm going to drop it again.
There you go.
Um, but this world, listen to me. Look, lady, when the FBA Boule beefed up their gatekeep, I couldn't agree more. Look, I did say it in our Patreon session that I felt like something was about to flip. Something crazy was going to happen on 4th of July. I did say that. I did say that, and here we are. Here we are. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the meantime, oh damn, I was supposed to let me do this real quick
do
because
what you got to do. Do what you
no
got
no
to
no
do.
I
I'm
was
going to hold
gonna
it down.
no don't trip. I was actually trying to pull something else. I'm actually and I was looking for another location too. Don't trip. That'd be later. But hold on one second. Um, because you said 4th of July, a flip. Something was gonna flip.
Yeah.
And I agree. Yeah, no, I agree. There's a whole lot going ons. Maybe we should have talked about this um sooner, but oh, we got somebody that's here. Okay, good. What's up?
Okay. We have Adam in the back. We're going to add Adam to the stage. Welcome to the stage, Adam. How are you? You have to unmute yourself, darling. I wish I could, but I can't. Adam, if you can hear me, you're going to have to unmute your mic.
Adam going once. Yep, unmute your mic.
Yo, what's up?
What's going on? Welcome to
How
the
you been? How you been?
welcome to the stage. We're good. We're good. And yourself? Did you have a good
Man, you
holiday?
keep me informed, man. Oh, I'm just sitting here, honestly nervous by the things I'm seeing right now. Like, that is just a lot to take in, and I don't know how you do it every week. Do you always have weekend wrap ups and
Yeah.
like daily content? How do you do it? I don't.
Staying focused. Staying focused.
Damn. I mean, even your other interviews I've been seeing, I've just been catching up on a lot of them because I'm trying to get into music myself. And the space is actually scary.
Yeah.
Like, even Sony Records, like, I was about to go and do a course for them, and I was like, oh, well, hold up. Yeah, so I was just like, let me not do that. I'd rather stay independent and do my own thing.
Well, keep listening to like a lot of interviews that Jag has done in the past, and then also you got to remember what Prince said, and Jag will remind you what Prince said about the music and the technology. We're at the time now, right, Jag?
We are definitely at that time where our creativity and our imagination and technology are at a prime meeting point to be able to take that and to use that to your best advantage without having to be able or needing to rely on that system. Like the system it's not what's up. There's a reason why they hate me so much because I tell the people the truth and I give them the ability to make that choice for themselves.
Yeah.
But I promise you, being a part of their system is giving over total control of yourself.
Yeah, and I'm from like England. I don't want to start getting big and like start doing things and then I'm dragged into it. I'd rather stay
Yeah.
independent from the beginning.
Then stay independent. And
Right.
that's why we're doing what we're doing. It's a slow crawl, it's a slow hustle, but trying to find a way to create a community space where people can do their thing independently and have people to support and protect so that they don't ever feel the need to have to. It's so funny. We place so much importance and so much credibility on, the billboards and the awards and all of these things. And I can tell you right now, at the end of the day, they all add up to nothing. What matters is you
Honestly,
and what
without
you give.
you, I don't think I would have seen what the award shows and all these like people, everything that's been going on. I don't think I would have taken it as what it was if it wasn't for you. So thank you for doing what you're doing and for carrying on, because a lot of shit's happened to you. I mean, come on. It's been years and they're still getting to you, bro. Like, why haven't they like found you yet and just be like, she's been telling the truth? Are you not? Like, what's so hard?
Well, for every action, there is an equal and opposing action in science as well as in
Mhm.
man. For everything that I do, I have to be prepared for there to be an equal pushback from the other side.
Mm,
This is just the way of it. But no different than a lighthouse that has that beacon light on.
right.
You know, people are grateful for that lighthouse in bad weather.
Yep.
And sometimes people don't even notice that it's there because it's just there. It's so a part of the landscape of everything. It's almost easy to miss
Mm-hmm.
in certain light. But that lighthouse has its
It's there.
purpose.
Yep. It's just
You know, so
navigating
that's
it and finding it all. It's just hard.
just where
And
I am now. That's where I am.
but
I'm that
I've
lighthouse.
been looking at your music and everything you've done.
Yeah.
I'm so inspired, even if it's from many years ago. I'm obviously like I'm only 20 years old, so
Yeah. I was
but
making music. I was releasing music
the
nationally and
lyrics,
internationally before you were
everything.
born. Yeah.
I'm in awe. Honestly, I don't understand why you're not up there with the rest of them.
Well, I was. I
Exactly.
was. I was once upon a time, and now I'm here where
Yeah.
I am. And I'm going to tell you something right now. As
Mhm.
much as sometimes I miss parts of that life, knowing
Mhm.
what it was for and knowing what it was doing,
Yep.
there's no way I could enjoy being a part of that now, being an active, willing participant in feeding that system. In because that's what you do. That's what we were all doing. You know, when you're making money for this beast of a machine,
Mhm.
every dollar that they make off of you helps them keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh,
Adam,
that
are
yeah.
you are you what, Muslim, Christian? Do you believe in God?
I've been brought up in a Muslim family, but I'm starting to navigate my own beliefs.
Okay, but you believe in a
Islam, yeah.
creator, higher power. Okay, no, I was just saying, just as far as no, I figured. So when you
But at the same
do,
time, I don't really think there's a certain way to follow. Like, yeah, everybody's gonna have their ups and downs, but if you believe
yeah.
in if you believe in good, I don't think you should be picking like religion is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
religion.
No, I'm not here to
Yeah, no, no, yeah.
yeah, I'm not here
God
to
didn't create. God did not create religion. Man,
yeah, no, exactly. Man created religion, and yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not here to like ask you your personal
No, no.
questions or nothing like that. Just in general, I was just trying to find out because like if you do walk into, let's just say if you didn't discover Jag and you said, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this thing with Sony, I'm gonna sign with these people, I'm gonna do that. Man, do you realize? Like you really don't realize
Mhm.
it's like you're mortgaging your soul, and
instant.
you probably don't even really realize it when you get in, but it's like a slow drip of Satanism. Let me just put it out to you like that.
Even
And
when I first got interviewed or like when I first got into the building, something didn't seem right to me. Why is everybody just waiting for this one person just so we can show like a 5-second clip of our music? It was somebody from Radio 1, I believe. I'm not sure, but we're waiting for one person so you can see like a word from a song. That's not right. And you have like a small amount of people in this meeting. So from there, I was just like, I don't know if I should take it. And then I found Jaguar. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
Hmm. And
So,
and and
yeah.
it's nothing wrong with being creative. Like I said, continue to listen to Jack. She talks about
Hmm.
creativity and what God, the creativity that God inserted in everyone, right?
Hmm.
These
Hmm.
people want that. They want your creativity and they want to use it to fuel their demonic machine. So
Yep.
yeah, and like you say, they sat there and you said it was one person, or it's
Just
one person
one.
that pretty much
Yep. We just
is the
waited for
one that's going to
one
give
big
you the,
guy
yeah.
to sit at the end of the table and watch like 20 people play 5 seconds of their song. And the
They're not
people that
there
have
to
taken a
listen to the
course, the
music.
songs aren't even all that. It feels like they've just gotten
They're
thrown into
not
a studio and
because they're
spit
not
whatever.
there. They're not there to listen to the music.
Not at
They're
all.
Yep.
there to see who wants it the baddest.
Yep.
They're there to see who's the most desperate, who's going to be willing to jump through all of the hoops to get it
Hmm.
because that's the person that they want. You know, it's wild. I used to hear an old coach say to me, I love you, Jag, but
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the girl who I know needs this.
Right. That's
He was like, you don't need me. You got all the talent. You're going to have other opportunities. But I need somebody that needs me. And he was dead ass serious.
Hmm.
nah. Because you needed each other at the end of the day. It was you're the talent, and he can get you where the talent's supposed to be.
But see, that's the problem.
He didn't want to do it.
I'm the talent,
Uh huh.
and he wants to control it. See?
Hmm.
Because as long as he's in control, then he doesn't get cut out. But if he's not in control, then he gets cut out. And it's the same thing when you're dealing with the industry. They want to
Yeah.
be able to have complete autonomy over you. Because as long as they do, then they keep profiting off of you. They keep getting all of the things that they want to get from you. You know, you see what I'm saying? But the second that there is an option for you,
Hmm.
that's it. It's over.
Yep.
That's why they liked artists that didn't have a lot of talent and made them famous because see, those artists need the system in order to look like what they
Hmm.
are, in order to pretend that they are what they are because without the system, without the money, without the hairdressers, without the this, without the producers, without the special microphones, without the auto tune, without the this, they don't rank. They don't add up. See, they need all of that stuff. So as long as they're willing to jump through hoops, see, it becomes a symbiotic relation. I need you so I can feel special, and we need you to make people think that you're special. So they'll want to be just like you, and then we can bring them in too, and we can take from them, and they'll keep giving us their money. Like it really is just that simple.
Right. Oh. Even when you
What
said like listen
you
back
should watch,
to old
you should
music.
watch The Matrix. Watch The Matrix, the first one.
Hmm.
Watch it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But even when you said to like look back at the music will tell a story, even if we didn't believe you.
Yeah.
We looked back, it was there. So why should I not believe you? Like, it's hard for me to listen to certain artists right now the same way I did a couple years
Yeah.
ago. I can only imagine what they're going through, and
Yeah.
who knows what they're writing? Who knows if they're writing for themselves? I
Most
just hope.
people aren't. They're writing what the industry needs them to write, to
Hmm.
push whatever it is that they have them pushing, to doing, for the system.
Yeah. I mean, you know what you're talking about. You're one of the greatest songwriters. I mean, come on.
Thank you for that.
You are
Adam,
true.
Adam, have you heard of a movie called Under the Silver Lake?
No, but that does sound interesting.
Google it. And I would advise you to definitely. We got to figure this out, Jag.
Hmm.
Either the Kick or Rumble, but I do want to do the movie night, like we were saying. because number one, Under the Silver Lake, it was produced by A24 some years back. Very good film. Remember, we kind of saw a little bit of it, Jag. I think. Now that I think about it, who was that main person that they were referencing in that film? It could have been Clive Davis, because remember when he finally met the guy.
Hmm.
If you see the film, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Oh, I
But
think I know. Yeah, yeah, the one with Andrew Garfield in it.
yeah.
I get exactly what you mean.
So you're familiar with that film, man.
Yeah,
That movie was a trip, but they tell you so much in these films too, in regards to like the gatekeeping aspect. The one guy in that film, he wrote for everyone. He's been writing for 50 something years.
mm-hmm.
Remember? And yeah, no, I just wanted to, if you didn't see it, then I was gonna say, hey, go check it out, but maybe rewatch it because
Definitely, yeah.
yeah, think
And
about
Mary
that
A
guy
also.
and
Mhm.
Yeah, thank
No, I
you
was
for
going
that,
to
man.
say Mary A also made a suggestion in the chat. I have the comment up on the screen. She says, "Adam, you should watch Slave, 2014 documentary by Prince before he
mm,
passed away.
Thank
mm.
you for that,
That's a
man.
good one too.
Definitely.
That's a good one too."
But no, if
Jaguar, do
you're
you have any recommendations? You as well, man?
Oh no,
You guys
everything
have
that they're
any other
telling you,
recommendations?
everything that they're telling you is great. The only
Mhm.
other thing that I would say if I were you is I would go and look up a book called The Harvard Report, and I would read that,
Got it.
because that will tell you the design behind all of this deception
Mm-hmm.
and what the real purpose was. And then you can choose after you've read that book where
Mm-hmm.
you want to put your talent, where it
I mean,
really
hopefully I
belongs.
get to work with you guys one day, you know?
That sounds awesome.
yeah, we'll make it
I
happen.
mean, all the way from England to all the way to you know what I mean?
Well, hopefully we'll be able to make our way over there sooner than later. You
Oh,
know,
really?
yeah,
Let's not
this is
tell them too much.
that part. But yeah, no, just stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Thank
Yeah,
And
definitely.
we have we have some plans and some things that are going on. We're not going to talk about anything too soon, but yeah, just stay tuned. But thank you for being here.
Thank you for doing what you're doing, and please carry on. You don't know how much you've saved me from bad moments I could have been in.
Well, salute to
Thank you,
you on that.
truly.
And thank you for listening.
Always.
Awesome. Oh, I love my Brits. I do. I miss London.
Come to.
I will. I will. I will. Once upon a time, Battersea was a very special place for me, and you
Mhm.
know, the Jazz Cafe was a home away from home, Camden Lot, and yeah,
Yeah, they're hosting I think a jam session around there.
really.
They've been doing a couple jam sessions all over London this year.
Oh, fantastic! I
So
know
a lot
that's
of the artists are really
brilliant.
trying to go for it.
I know that's brilliant. Oh my goodness, yeah. One day
One day.
soon. Oh well.
But thank you, truly.
Oh no, thank you for being here. And
Always.
salute to you. Oh my God.
All
Warmed my
right.
heart. Salute to
Well,
Adam.
yeah,
Oh, it's nice to talk to the wee ones. I love it. He said he's 20. Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
Well, see that, and see the thing is, um, see his generation, the people that are coming up behind us, they need our insight. They need, we ain't super out of here old, and we're in touch enough to kind of give them the game. Um, you know,
Well, I mean that's the whole purpose of it. If you remember what Bob Marley said, it was really simple instruction. Each one, teach one. We all have something to share. We all have something that we can give to people.
yeah,
We all do. It doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, I learn from young people all the time just by paying attention. You know, a lot of people write a lot of these young kids off. The truth is most of them are very brilliant. They're just being tricked into dumbing themselves down to conform and to fit in because of peer pressure, because of societal oddities that have now become norms. You know, it's a it's an interesting world we live in.
Yeah, it's but yeah, we once we get rolling though, trust me, we'll be on that side of the pond. We're gonna get a lot of things popping. We just gotta make sure we cross our T's and dot our I's. In fact, Jag, we should.
There was something, by the way, before you forget, there was something that you wanted to share before Adam came.
Yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
Okay.
I was gonna say this though. We have our members here, and I think sometimes maybe they feel left out. Even though we do what we do or whatever. I'm since we're talking about the cruelty free aspect and stuff like that. What do you think if we were to give a little insight on a particular organization that we were privy to, do some stuff with, and give everybody a little maybe update on that, and then kind of because see it ties in with where we're going. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just saying members only. We ain't even got to really say the name or anything like that. Just
I
think
hear
about
you
it.
talking, but I'm not sure if I'm following you, but I think I know of what you speak.
I would say maybe make it like a no, because see, and that's the only reason why. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because when we do step into that, when we're moving in that direction, and we should expect kind of what happened to them trying to do that to us. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not.
Are you
And
talking about the thing with the thing and the person who came to bring us to the thing and then the
yes,
thing and then the
yes,
and then the boom to the bomb to the
yeah,
bang
yeah,
bang?
yeah, yeah,
Now was you know you got to sit up here talking in code, right?
yeah. Of course, because I'm not trying to,
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you understood that you knew that you got us publicly talking in code.
no, but it's fine. See, there's nothing wrong with that. They anyway. We'll talk about it. I think Adam is back.
Oh, he is?
Oh yeah. Yo, hold on. I'm trying to bring him up. Go
Yup,
ahead.
what up? Yup, what up? I'm
Y-
still here.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. You came back.
Yeah.
What's up?
Not much, not much. I'm taking it in. I'm taking it in. I have to take it in, man.
Okay.
Well, you just here to kick it. Well, the funny thing is we're about to get ready to roll out.
Mhm.
So we're going to be breaking down, but whenever we drop the link, you're more than welcome to come back through.
Mhm.
Was there any final thing that you wanted to say before we get up out of here?
I mean, I don't know how you guys have the courage to carry on right now. Things are looking scary as it gets towards the end of this year.
Oh
But
no.
oh,
This year is nothing. Wait till
I can
next year.
tell.
Wait till
I
next
can
year.
tell. Thank you for the warning.
Yeah, man.
But
No,
honestly, I
no,
really hope to work with both of you in the future.
no.
Oh no.
Just stay tapped in. We got you, man. We
Mhm.
got you.
Absolutely.
You guys will help me so much. I'm just gonna. You're always there, trust me. Whenever I'm walking into the studio, I'm always like, okay, what would Jaguar do? What would Wolfgang do? Hold up.
Oh,
Nah,
that's
man.
a sweet salute.
Just stay authentic and be in the truth. I'm not gonna say your truth. I'm gonna say the truth. But
Yeah.
authenticity
Mm.
is the greatest. To me, authenticity is the
Mhm.
highest form of expression.
Yeah.
You know.
It is.
So
Yep.
be
It
authentic.
is.
Be yourself.
Definitely. No, it just doesn't feel right when I'm playing another character or putting on another face.
Well,
You know?
I used to tell the kids all the time when they were growing up, be careful of the
Mhm.
character you wear
Mhm.
because you might have to live its consequences. You know,
Thank you.
sometimes you put on a persona and you might be very good at playing that role, but that
Mhm.
role comes along with things, consequences,
Yep.
reactions to certain actions.
Yep.
You know,
Nothing's
there's a
gonna.
line in one of
Mhm.
my songs. Actually, you know what? I think that is probably the perfect way to end today since you are here. There is a song that I wrote, and it's just me and bass and drums. And yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So, you know what? We're going to listen to this and then we're going
Also,
to get up
before
out
you
of here.
play that,
Sure.
stay has been stuck in my head for like 6, 7 months. I don't know what I'm doing. Every day I'm just like, should I?
I love that record too. Yeah, that was one of the
Thank you for
early ones
that.
that I wrote. Oh, no, my pleasure. It doesn't belong to me. The second that I recorded and released it, it belongs to the world.
Mhm.
So that is your for
I
everything.
just, it's so good, but every time I play, I'm like,
Mm.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah, good
Yep.
times.
Still as beautiful as before, man.
Thank
You got
you.
it. I'm telling you,
Appreciate
you still have it. You could still get there. It doesn't matter. Take him down, bro.
it.
Take him
Well,
down. We're ready. We're behind you.
oh, see, look at you. Look at you. Getting my heart. But I want to leave these words with you. It's called The Turn Up. And it's just me talking about my experience as a person, as a writer, as an artist. And then after this is done, we're gonna roll up on out of here. But it has been a pleasure, Adam, and I dedicate this to you.
Thank you.
Everybody always want to know what my life is really like. So listen.
First, my name Jaguar. Don't address me different. I don't know you from a can of paint, son. My enemy can be your personal choice. Don't lace up till it's time to run. Ain't scared, never been scared, gon' be scared, and that's a fact, yeah. You should be questioning me. Truly, I've always been a fact, yeah. I'm not a narcissistic thirst bucket, no, just self-aware. Aware you've been thinking about me too much. Time to come up for air. Your opinion in the universe of me rates about a 0. Now go add value to that somewhere else and find a new hero. Vicarious living is death, covered up in a whole lot of coveting. This ain't church, so why you got a plate in your hand? Cause baby I ain't offering, but you can take this 2 cents right here to the store and go and get a snack. Then sit on the curb and figure from which hand you just got snack to turn up.
You want it?
Time for the turn up.
Got it.
Turn up.
Air Force.
Time for the turn up. Turn up.
Everybody want to know, like, about celebrity friends and why I gained weight, my marriage and all that. Whatever.
Time, the roots was cool, Jake was great, and Cat Williams, yes, amazing.
For real though.
All it means is cool people enjoy my talents and my company. See, I made me experience, shape me, but in the day I made me self-reliant, don't waste the fight, and don't see that change until I'm dying. Far as waking, chalk it up to depression, married and asshole. Dark days, storms, then made it to the end of the rainbow. Found me a pot, named Sam. I love being his mother. Might do it one more time, honestly, because it's such an honor. Always wanted a real life for real love, something that was on my true definition of fame is to be alone in the sunshine. Turn up. Time for the turn up.
You wanted it.
Turn up.
It is.
Time for the turn up. Turn up. Time for the turn up.
You asked for it.
Turn up.
What?
Time for the turn up. Turn up. Yo, everything in this world that glitter ain't gold.
Ain't that the damn truth?
Gain the world, lose your soul.
Pretty much.
Everything that glitters ain't gold. You gain the world just to lose your soul. Hey, everything that glitters ain't gold. You gain the world just to lose your soul. No shame in loving God, though the world may see us failure. Good things they do take time. Take yours, I take mine. No point in lying for it. Might end up dying for it. We all get what we deserve. Some help deserves some way to be served. My pride is my right, and my right is my life. Rich if I want to, but miss the real truth. To be more understanding, to be more forgiving, to compromise, to believe God.
Y'all always want to ask some questions, right? Did that answer it for you?
Dos,
Come on, man.
uno, dos, tres, up.
Turn up. You wanted it.
And Adam, that is from me to you. Love your journey. Remember that everything that you have is what God gave to you, and it's for you to share or keep or whatever you choose to do with it. But just know
Thank
it's
you,
your
man.
journey.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm turned up. I'm about to go right after this. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I'm gonna turn up right now. Let me
There
get
it
my drink.
is. There it is. Going ahead. All right, guys, we're out of here. Welcome, Adam. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of our panel today. Wolfgang
Why we gotta
Amadeus.
go so? Why we gotta go so quick? You know what?
Oh,
Hold on. Let me do
what?
something real quick. Just I wanted to actually because you was talking about what. Hold on one second. What do you say in your lyrics?
Which one?
What doesn't what glitters doesn't it ain't always gold,
Everything
right?
that glitters ain't gold. I know.
Peep this, check this out. Because
What?
that's right on cue. I didn't want to talk about that. Let's not mention the artist's name, but I didn't want to talk about it. Look,
Uh-huh.
because we're talking about things that's going on in the industry, and you know, we always talk about the lies. The biggest lie, the biggest
Yeah.
lie is this wrong one. Hold on. What in the part of
Yeah.
the game? No. It's another one. Hold on.
Oh.
See. And so
Are you talking about the 25,000 the 29,000 units for
well, that's part of it. Where
Oh.
I'm going with it is this, because it's funny you played that song and then you turn up. You turn up. Now, a lot of people ain't turning up for Jigga though. And again, we ain't gonna say his name, but
No, a lot of people
this
aren't
is this
turning
is
up.
what's going on. This is what's going on, Jack. They lied. I just wanted to just say it because I literally just got this where they said the ticket prices for his Yankee Stadium. This is what the New York Post is posting right now.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Right? Didn't they say it was sold out?
Why would the ticket prices be dropping for a show that was already sold out? They added an extra day because it is sold out. So how are they dropping the prices for what's already been sold?
What happened is a bunch of people, it is about pre-sales and people that will resell. That's what's going on. Y'all gotta pay attention to what's going on. And I honestly think the Rock them people got something to do with this too, with the whole pre-sale, resale. See, those souls are completely sold out, but people who bought the tickets are pre-selling them and reselling them for profits, and now they have to drop the price.
So,
Back to what we were talking about, the
so the people that
scams and
bought
all
the
that.
tickets, so the people that bought the tickets to hustle the tickets can't sell them, so that they
No,
have to drop the price for the ticket for the
yeah,
to, to
yeah,
the.
yeah, yeah.
You know what that kind of sounds like to me? That kind of sounds like they bought their own tickets.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Yeah, just keep that. Remember that. That's all I'm saying. Just
That
remember
they
that.
bought their own tickets,
Yeah,
and now they can't sell them. You know, they not being honest about that Cardi B tour because they did that with her tickets too. They had to
right.
buy up a gang of her tickets. They buying up a gang a bunch of tickets. Now people are paying to go see Chris Brown, and people did spend their real money to go see Kanye. By the way, speaking of, no one is talking about Kanye's show. Kanye had a 4th of July performance in San Antonio, Texas. Nobody said a word.
Hmm.
I thought that was interesting. You know, they spent a whole lot of money playing offense so far this year, and it don't seem to be adding up the way that they wanted it to add up to. They went through all of that about the reasonable doubt and the offering and all of that stuff, and all they sold was 29,000 copies
That's pathetic.
the first week.
Pathetic.
Well, I'm just saying, for they spent $1 million, at least $1 million on the road. Actually, it was more than that. It was millions. The wrapped subway train, the pop-up shop, the all that they did. Like they spent a lot of money for that rollout and then made that big deal about the Target thing, and then all of that stuff was going on. And you do all of that just to sell 29,000 records, and you supposed to be the greatest?
No, no, yeah.
Like I did you I mean, honestly, if you look at what happened with Lizzo, for who he is and for what they should have been projecting, like to go through all of that hoopla, you should have sold at least 250,000. You should have sold at least 100,000. Like, what did Drake do his first week? Wasn't it? Didn't he do
Oh, he did well. He did well. He did well.
he did over 100,000 his first week, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He
So
did.
like,
He did well. Yeah.
how you not? And guess what? They're being real quiet about them numbers too. Like that's so funny. It's like every time they do a dud, it's like a fart in a crowded room. They lay it and then they just go slide off.
Hmm. Well, that's all I wanted to bring to your attention. Oh, Jack, also see what I
Yeah.
wanted to do, since it's in the title. I didn't want to cheat nobody, because
What?
when we put stuff in the title, we got to go ahead and run with it. That's
You
just
talking
pretty
about
much
Kai
how it is.
Cenat?
Yeah. Now check this out. I just wanted to get your take on a couple of things, because apparently Kai Cenat returned to the internet. Now, he had been
Yeah.
gone for what, 8 months?
Yeah, because he's gonna be a fashion designer.
Yeah, he
He
said,
ran off with Law Roach.
right. So it is very and
Hello?
go on it. You hear me?
You sounded like you were talking to an inner tube.
Oh,
Or should
I
I say
don't know
through
what's
an
going on.
inner tube for a second?
Well, I don't know what. Anyway, I didn't want to
Um,
cheat the audience. That's all. I just wanted to say, let me go ahead and run this, because
Please do.
your commentary is important. He went off. 8 months later, he's back. There was a whole lot going on in these internet streets. Adrian Broner was the #1 streamer.
How?
No, he was the #1 streamer for a minute.
Yeah, but how? Can we have a quick conversation about that? Why? Why was Adrian Broner the #1 streamer? Why?
Why do
Like
you
what?
think? Why do you think?
I don't know. I watched him like almost like date grape Amber Rose. Like just like it was crazy. He gets drunk and he just he says a lot of wild stuff. And he's a boxer, right?
Yeah.
And he's I mean, clearly he's been tapped in the head a few times, but I'm trying to understand what is it about him that makes him the number one streamer? Like, what is it? Why? Like he's like Mike Tyson, but without talent and not as funny.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's like a Timu Tyson.
Well, I think they were trying to
Am I wrong
move.
for saying that?
No, you're right. I was just saying I think they were just trying to move some things around because without Kai Cenat and his his
Influence?
influence, how he's able to capture the audience and keep them going. They needed to see if they can work, I guess, someone else in. I mean, Adrian Broner still does do numbers though, can't front, but he's not doing Kai Cenat numbers. So Kai Cenat came and he showed everyone his new, setup because he has a whole new setup. I thought I downloaded this, but I guess I didn't. He has a
He has
whole new
to get back
setup,
to work.
different angles. He pretty much
Yeah.
got to get back to work. Yeah. Yeah, he's got to
What
get
happened
back to work.
to his fashion designs? How is he going to do that when he is Streamer University?
Right. I'm confused. He is doing what he's doing though. He's doing it. And yeah, man. It looks like it's not it's not gonna work. I don't know. But he just went and did a whole live and he said something to the effect of I guess his girlfriend cheated on him with a rapper. He still gives this girl, he said, what, $500,000 a month,
What?
allegedly. That's what he says. He gives a girl $100 million. I mean, $500,000 a month so
For
that
what?
she would realize the error in her ways.
So you're paying her to remember that she loves you?
I don't get it. I don't
You're
get it.
paying her. Like that's how much Diddy was paying Young Miami at one time.
Right. Right.
But she was doing stuff for that money. She had to move that pink powder around. She had to do some, S&M with some chicks. She had to stay online talking crazy. She had to be there for the party, the hotel nights. Like she had to do stuff. Get that half. Because remember, she was going to quit him when he broke her down to the 250.
Right.
And so Kai Cenat is giving her $500,000 a month so that she won't cheat on him no more.
I don't know. But it's weird. This is all
Like
weird.
why? No, but why
given-
do you gotta pay your girlfriend to be your girlfriend? And the truth is, if she was already cheating on you with a rapper, now you've just given her more money to be able to continue to cheat on you and up like her covert. Like that
Well, this
money
is-
ain't gonna make her stop cheating.
Not at all. This is his new
Actually,
setup.
it's
He
gonna
got
make her
he,
keep cheating.
what he did is he's upgraded his streaming. You see his multiple angles and all that. It's impressive. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at it like, wow, okay, very impressive. But yeah, I don't know. I
It's
can't call
impressive.
it. The different angles. Look at this setup. I just wanted to show you this. Look at the setup. Coming soon.
Okay.
We'll be doing something like this. I'm just saying. Look. He's able to change his angles. He's able to this is impressive, but you gotta have a lot of money to do something like this. Not necessarily a lot, but I'm not mad at it.
He's got a
Looking at it
bed.
like-
Do you
Yeah.
want to know what this looks like? This looks like a playroom
Right.
for children.
Right. Well, he's a big kid, so.
And it looks like there's surveillance. Like these are all nanny cams.
Diddy cams.
Like seriously, he's got nanny cams. He's got, and how many people? What are those numbers? 40,000 people were watching.
No, I don't think those are those. No. That ain't the numbers. I think that's a goal of some sort. The numbers is something else. Anyway, y'all, that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to,
Do you understand? This boy is a whole plant. He's a whole op.
I know. I get it.
He's a whole op, and that whole thing is surveillance.
Yeah.
It's all surveillance. It looks like a jungle gym. Like that's the only thing that's missing is the monkey bars, and like it looks like a prison. He's got a bed there so he can stream all day and all night and people can watch him. And like, I'm still trying to understand how people aren't seeing that all of this, like in real life streaming, is basically people agreeing to be surveillanced and to forfeit privacy.
Right. It's weird.
So that you can be watched.
Getting the youth used to it.
And then people, whoever is surveillancing you, they get to monitor all of the people that are watching you.
Right.
I don't understand. I don't get the appeal. And he's just sitting there just jumping around. Like that, just like he's the lost member of Crisscross. Or maybe another bad creation.
Little Roro.
Like that's who he reminds me of. Like he's just like, and I'm like, kid, and you make it so you're giving this girl. I'm still stuck on the giving the girl $500,000 so she won't cheat on you. Can he pay us?
I don't know.
We won't cheat on him. We won't even bother him. Won't even touch him. How about that? Sounds like a great idea. He can give us the $500,000. He can give us the $500,000. He can stay online. All he want, he can do whatever he wants. You know, we can. I can send him his meals. I can cook for him. Send him meals like Meals on Wheels. You know, give his mama a break so she don't have to keep cooking for him. Yeah. How about that? How
about it?
Hey, Kai, somebody go and tell Kai Cenat that we want to be his companion. We'll do it for the 500, and we won't ever make a fool out of him. We won't cheat with no rappers.
Well, go ahead. You down for that? Go ahead. We getting up out of here though. We out of here. I just was like, let me not cheat the audience. That's all.
Lord have mercy. Cheat the audience. They cheating me $500,000 a month to be stupid.
Trying to end this. Peace.
Peace.